Hello and welcome to Let's Plays Disco Elysium, part 42. 42? So, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, if you will. Last time we found some mysterious secret passages in the whirling ranks. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Klaasje's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
He leans closer to inspect the peephole.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
He points to the marks nearby on the floor.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What were those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. If your mesolimbic reward pathway were to venture a guess, one of the bottles is probably being put somewhere it doesn't belong.
Well, imaginative. Can we look at the footprints? We can. Okay.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook. Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Commendable. Let's take a closer look then. Crouch, study the footprint.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
He points to the elevator doors in the corner, and then to the barred door. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging kin.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
This doesn't look like the worker's boot from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
We need to get looking at people's boots, don't we? I mean, can we do that? Just ask, can we have your boots as evidence?
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, leading to the roof, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. These prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer.
Let's move on.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Lightly punch the door once more, just in case.
The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you.
Unbar the door. Yeah. She's back, but she did disappear briefly. Does she have anything to say about the secret route?
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
I found your buoy. It was empty, just seawater.
Oh,
Did you take the document?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
I'll file this under a theft of some kind.
Thank you, but actually, now that I think about it, you mentioned seawater. I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch mechanism. The documents were probably just washed away.
The words, washed away, sound distant and strange suddenly. Somewhere far away, a dog barks.
Let's get back to those lies you told.
Lies.
She trails off. It's unclear what she'd intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety.
Should
We
we arrest
demand
her?
her fear. She slowly lights another cigarette.
Why do
and
I feel
steadies
like
her
you've
breath.
won here?
I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time.
She smiles, a bitter little smile. She means it.
But this turned out well for you. You've slipped past all suspicions.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone? I mean,
She looks around.
The snow falls on her shoulders, then melts in her light blonde hair, cold and soft.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility.
Something seems off with this theory I've developed about Ruby.
I don't know what to say.
It all seems fortuitous for you.
None of this is fortuitous for me.
The dried flowers on the roof, could Ruby have left them? These don't fit with anything.
The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I have no idea what to make of them. Honestly, I think they're just trash. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her.
What are you contained for then?
For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous person. For destroying my first love. For working for bad people.
This all
The
turned
list
out.
goes on and on.
This all turned out well enough for you. You somehow managed to not become a suspect.
Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to
Because
get
you're
him killed.
sus.
I'm the love that does people in, remember?
The lieutenant looks away, over the railing. He feels uncomfortable with this conversation. He doesn't know what to add.
That's it then, I
She
guess.
nods, slowly, carefully even. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
Let's return to this later. I don't feel we've got enough to arrest her. And we'd be putting her in danger. Right. Let's talk to Garte about the secret passages. Oh, are these guys back? I wonder if they have anything new to say.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Garte, I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great.
Another thing.
I love those.
There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Klaasje's bedroom. I think it's used for looking in on guests.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
Ooh, alright, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I
Garte,
hope not.
what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He controls his excitement well.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines, a pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He appears to be making a calculation in his head.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor.
Those machines are whirling property. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. It sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area.
No, he's
He
not.
should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I have to warn you. I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
He looks mildly startled.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
Wait, so you know about the curse?
Everyone knows of it.
The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B of the doomed commercial area.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. So perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. I think let's go for more positive.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework? These high ceilings? The nice rooms? Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
He steadies his voice.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about the whirling, huh?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Ah, so you finally admit it.
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
And who named it Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
What about those other cafeterias you manage?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but It's nothing like the whirling.
Well, good luck to you with this place then.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
He looks to where the hidden room is.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up?
We probably can.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, guys.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Yes? What is it?
Are these supposed to be my backup? That they want nothing to do with me?
The Copper-nado is
Copper-nado.
back. What
Thanks.
do you want?
It's a cool name. I want to go over a few things regarding Ruby's disappearance again.
Yeah? What?
Ooh. Oh, it doesn't look like we can talk about the hidden passage. Well, I guess that's our police evidence. We might not want to share it with him. Okay, so how are my thoughts going? Nearly finished this one. 22 minutes left. Let's see if we can spend a bit of time. Do we have anything in our inventory we've not fiddled with yet? How about the sandwich?
The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten. A treat of this magnitude should not be enjoyed alone.
Hey Kim, let's share. Hold out the sandwich.
I'll pass. Thanks.
When you hold something up long enough, some people are compelled to take it. Try it on the lieutenant.
Hold the sandwich up to the lieutenant to take it.
Thank you, but no, I'm not hungry.
Keep holding the sandwich.
No,
Do not lower the sandwich.
no.
Hold the sandwich up, moving it closer to his chin.
The lieutenant's eyes express an absolute lack of interest.
Move the sandwich around in front of the lieutenant's mouth, making aircraft noises.
The lieutenant stands next to you, but he might as well exist in a parallel realm. This man does not crack under pressure. Stars would die before he'd succumb to any kind of manipulation. With this realization comes a sudden flash of pride.
Have the sandwich interceptor circle in front of the lieutenant's face, then gently nosedive against his lips.
Stop that.
He doesn't sound amused. But why don't you want it?
I'm just not hungry.
This isn't about hunger, Kim. It's about camaraderie.
Camaraderie?
Yes, by sharing this sandwich, you and I solidify the bond between us.
Is it really necessary?
The bond between officers, partners, are paramount. That's how trust is built. Trust saves lives.
Is this necessary? Is friendship necessary? Is brotherhood?
Okay. They are all necessary. Let's share the sandwich if it matters that much to you.
The lieutenant breaks the sandwich in two and quickly eats his half. Friends forever! Eat your half of the sandwich.
Sure. Time to go solve a murder investigation.
We've also bonded. What is this? A communism magazine. I think we've got a bit of money now. Might have a look at some of the books. This book has a rose, a pistol and a half-naked dame on the cover. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The book is titled Man from Heimdall and the This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jan Kaus from Iguania? A book about a bordello culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Oh! I'm kind of thinking maybe they do. At least in this world. Somebody's certainly doing weird mind stuff with radio technology. Okay. What have we here?
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes.
25.
There are numerous types of
That's
games
a lot,
for all
but we
ages.
can afford it.
A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
I want to buy the Wirral game.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
There you go, $2.50 left. That's loads, right?
Large letters on the front form a title. Wirral. The colourful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art also features odd-looking humanoids. Some short, some taller, some with pointy ears, others with ephemeral wings.
Examine the box.
Text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel adds, a sword and sorcery adventure board game with new maps and miniatures.
Look at the back.
A blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life?
Yes.
Escape to Wirral. Leave behind e-solas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threatening Wirral. Can your band of adventurers save the world?
Yes, we're ready to take on this challenge.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment of maps, unfold the illustrated game board, and start rolling dice. In no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with danger and despair, conjuring up forceful magics to aid your quest. Don't forget heated arguments escalating to physical confrontation with your friends. And beer. Lots of beer. And most importantly, never forget to rage quit if the dice don't go your way.
Open the box.
You pry open the box. Inside you find a folded up map, a small booklet, a 24-sided die, and a little plastic figurine.
Look at the map.
A reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns with odd names, in addition to meadows, forests, hills, lakes and seas, also with odd names. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful map.
Look at the booklet.
A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance. The Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies.
Read about the Welkin.
The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known for being powerful magic users, but can also hold their own in a brawn-driven fight. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races. High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do.
Read the Dwerga?
A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art of combat. where they prefer to use axes and hammers.
So dwarves.
The Tweog also come in a few different sub-races. Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog, and Dark Tweog.
Read about the humans.
They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats, and jacks of all trades.
Read about the fairy folk.
A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies.
Read about the pygmies.
The least popular of the Wirral races, the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes.
Halflings.
There are no sub-races for the pygmies.
Look at the dye.
It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs. You don't know much about dice, but this one looks pretty damn fancy.
Take the die.
You place the die into your pocket.
It's a 24.
It's always good to have luck on your side.
Can you get a 24-sided dice? 20-sided, yes. 4-sided, yes, but 24. Look at the figurine.
You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Interesting. A communard.
Doesn't sound very Wirral-like.
It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process.
Does that mean we can't play?
I have a feeling the figurines are more there to set the scene than anything else.
Take the figurine.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it.
Close the box.
A colourful box with the title Wirral in bold letters. It's a board game.
Put the box away.
Searchlight Division. You've sharpened your senses by being on the lookout for missing persons. Now you notice more of what's happening around you. Perhaps, when you're done with this case, you can join the Searchlight Division of the RCM and find every Revacholian that's ever gone missing without a trace. There is undoubtedly a backlog of such cases, because you never know. A missing person could be just around the edge, barely out of sight.
+2 perception, that's pretty good. We're slowly getting through this. Ooh. Right. What would be a good one to replace? I think this one, the Brillamblian, is not that useful. So let's try the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. That's not supposed to take very long. Is there anything else up here that we're interested in? Oh, there we go. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Oh, I assume that's connected to something in here.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Reaction speed. We can maybe figure out who is Dick Mullen. Okay.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Look through.
Browsing through all the suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star.
The Anti-Star.
He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books.
I bought
Reading them
a
is
game
not for free.
for what,
Do
25?
still browse, though, but not too long.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Well, I mean, we don't have enough money now, because we spend it all on the Wirral board game.
Several maps have been attacked. The maps look
I
old.
think we've done all that.
This bookstore is not strict.
Okay. So the only thing we could potentially do is, what was it? Hand-eye coordination. Go on then.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels
Oh,
featuring
bloody
the
reaction
supposedly
speed.
stalwart
God damn it.
Vespertine detective
I did
Dick
the wrong
Mullen.
one. No. Should I put reaction speed up as well? Ha ha.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Let's do this.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What have we here? Mistaken identity?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
No, it's got to be something else.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
No, it's not that either.
Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
What? No, that's not what's happening.
Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal. Good news, really.
Something the matter, detective?
Nope, all good here. Casually adjust your pants.
The lieutenant nods. You think you detect the faintest trace of a grin on his face, but you can't say for certain.
Okay, I'm just gonna run round and see if the Dicemaker has anything else to say now that we have this game. Is the dice a additional object we can interact with in our inventory is a good question. Items, yes. Okay. Ooh. Some white checks have opened, okay. While I'm here, can we inspect the bullet slightly more?
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a
Ooh.
plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
I assume this white check may have been one of the ones that opened. Oh, but also we raised the hand-eye coordination, so let's give it a go. Determine which weapon shot this.
A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46mm from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make?
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theatre of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
A very, very old
Incidentally,
rifle.
you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Right, but there's loads of these hanging around. So that opens things up. Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Bell McGrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from. Dangled the bag thoughtfully.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Bell McGrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Wirral Belt.
I think we should have more powerful guns. We are the law.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Seems we're looking for an antiques enthusiast.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
That, I think, might be a little bit more challenging. And have another look at the Maybells.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
I can't do anything with that. What happened just there? Did we look at our badge?
A police badge
Yes.
on which...
Okay. Let's continue and see if we can find the Dicemaker again. I've got a good feeling about this. Only thing is, I keep thinking that maybe I'm just going to get lost in it. Not this way. Not this way. Well, for our raised perception, we're not seeing a lot more, are
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles,
we? It's all
sketches,
about
and
Wirral,
schemes,
isn't it?
like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing...
Yeah, we've seen everything. We haven't got anything additional for having the
This
board
old
game.
fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles.
Okay. Well, doesn't seem to be anything new we can do there. I figure I might as well check out some sidelines since we don't seem to be getting like a huge, making a huge amount of progress with our case. Where was the Dicemaker? This way? This way? No. No. That's out, isn't it? Damn, where was she? Oh, I knew I'd get lost. It's here?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Smear your hands with cold.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the
Yeah, that's
spirit of
useful.
Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Oh God, no, let's not express ourselves. Let's just wipe our hands
Yes,
and clean up our
how
hands.
grown up. The lieutenant, seems relieved as well.
Yeah, I would think so. This was how we first spoke to her, but where was she? This way? No. There she is.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Oh, doesn't look like we've got anything worked out, but there is a Shivers check we could potentially unlock. Since we took the time to come here, we can only raise this by 1. Okay. Let's hope for the best.
Oh, it's you again. Are
Oh,
you looking
no.
for a die?
It's terrible. It's still terrible. We have I think this ups our Shivers a bit, but that's still going to be
Oh,
terrible.
it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Come on.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Wow. This is just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
She asks as the wind continues to seep in through the cracks in the old chimney. It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
She looks around the makeshift nest that she has carved out for herself, bewildered.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
I'm just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
No one's ever really safe from failure. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face. What?
Do you know what this is?
She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining on her index finger. A lucky charm, a Seminoese ward.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
See, the curse is real. I bet you didn't run this little jewelry shop from the protective depths of this chimney.
No, you're right. I didn't.
She laughs again, but it sounds rather small and sad.
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You've made it nice and cozy in here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games.
Do
You
they?
can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
She picks up a pair of dice from the table and examines them under the light.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your
Oh.
theories, officer.
We've got a new thought. Well, we're definitely getting some thinking happening here. The precarious world. How do you not lose? Sounds like we're just smashing the place up as we go. Okay, I think we might be able to make a small amount of money from going to the tear shop. Let's exhaust all our options, why not? Is it here? No, not quite. Is it here?
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol.
Oh dear.
Enter the endless cycle of consumption.
Our body really is pretty hooked, isn't it?
Is this about the question?
No. See
A
if there's
small
anything
cabinet on the
useful
wall
I
is
can
filled
buy.
with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay. So +3.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Hope it does. Just in case. Always have a nice stash of health items. Just nip in here briefly, see if he wants to play a roleplay game. Does that matter? Seems like this kind of guy you might.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
No. Is the old guy still there? Hello.
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old
Yes.
man? Actually, never mind.
Oh,
Wouldn't be the same.
where is Rene?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
Gone? Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent.
Oh, I often I can. Oh, how did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Coquette uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol.
Do you think the conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. Rene was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
He has doubts. But right now, he just wants to move on and not think about it.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his whole army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, his eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Tell me.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Here, something to remember your friend by. Give him the photograph of Rene and the girl.
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young Rene looked so happy, and Jenny...
Eyes blurry with tears, he has to stop.
I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know Rene had the photo.
I offer you my sincere condolences.
Yes. We are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Too bad Rene's gone. I was hoping to ask about Maybells.
Rene wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
Wait, Insulindian lilies?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
Why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. They called them the Bells of Revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
But you feel the dried flower in your hand somehow still does matter, although not to this sad old man.
Bye for now. Will they be the solution to the whole case? And then we grab that uniform. Free clothes, helping us to dress for the occasion. I'm not going to pass on free clothes. Right, where's that guard tower?
This is the Nightwatchman's
there we go.
booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud. Rene left his uniform neatly folded on the table.
Take the uniform.
I suppose Rene is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though.
It's needed for work and all that.
Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
Let's have a look. What does it do for us? Wow, it is fancy, isn't it? Reaction speed and revocolionation. I'm not sure what that really does for us, but fancy.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Oh, this is kind of... hang on. Interfacing. The gloves do interfacing, right? What gloves we got here? Electrochemistry, no. Interfacing. Oh, these are +2 to interfacing. Any better than that? I think that's the best we're gonna do.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. You're an 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
What is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy.
No, I meant, what is this place to me?
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Do you know me?
No.
Why did I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
My name is Harriet Dubois. Do you have anything in my name?
Let me fire up the machine.
Keys
Dubois.
are being pressed.
Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years.
5 years?
But you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
What kind of film is that?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the front door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up and the air seems to grow darker. Suddenly you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over.
Kim, I feel sad about Video Revachol 24 hour.
That's enough for you today. Let's conclude this call.
What was all shit?
It.
Well, we're done. Hang up the phone.
The file cabinet stands the drawer slightly.
In taking this place apart, we will find its every secret. But until then, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you will. Possibly check out my Patreon. Thank you for watching and farewell. Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.